right, everyone. It is another one. Welcome back. Welcome back to another trading room brought to you by TD Markets and TD Markets Academy. And welcome to a brand new month, right? I hope you guys are doing well. Just before we get started, please note the following, right? The information discussed in the session is not advice, right? It's simply our point of view, our opinion, and is not advice, right? And on that note, we're gonna get started. Good afternoon. Hope you guys are doing well. Hope everyone is doing well this Tuesday afternoon, 3 minutes after 2 on a, like I said, on a Tuesday afternoon, right? Hope everyone is doing well, right? I'm looking at the chats right now. People are still coming in. Jules, I can see you. Ngaba, I can see you. SMJ, as always, I can see you. I can see you, right? Definitely SMJ, we spoke about what pound dollar is gonna do. You just simply follow the script, right? We stick to the script. You stick to the old script of what the dollar is gonna do, but definitely you've got it there spot on. All right, excited to be here, as you guys can hear through my voice. Excited to be here. It's a good weather outside. I don't know where you are, but if you're in Joburg, it's gloomy, it's cloudy. It's a good one. Blackstone, good afternoon. All right, we're gonna get started, guys. Please do me a favor, subscribe, share, like. Tell your friends to tell their neighbor that we are here, all right? Every Tuesdays, every Thursdays from 2 to 3, we are here. Live trading room, TD Markets Academy, all right? TDME is in the mix. Of course, TDME is in the mix, right? I can see you there. Good afternoon. All right. Hope you guys are ready. We're going to have a jam-packed session. Please don't forget to hit that sub button. Please don't forget to turn on that notification bell. All right, I can see Jeremiah from Namibia, Grootfontein. Jeremiah, welcome from Namibia, Grootfontein. On that note, please let me know where you're connecting from. Buzwane, I can see you. Good afternoon. Now listen, it's gonna be a good session, right? There's a lot of things to talk about. There's a lot of things to unpack in this session, right? Hope you guys are ready. I'm gonna be providing you guys with gems, right? Make sure you've got your spread ready. Hey, yeah, no, that line is shaky, right? Nonkosinati, I can see you. Good afternoon. Yeah, guys, look, I'm gonna be providing guys with gems. Make sure you've got your butter ready. Make sure you've got your spread ready. And then, yeah, let's go. Mukwevo, I can see you. Jason, as always, I can see you. Guys, let's not waste time. Rendani at work, I can see you. Hey, let's make that money, Rendani. Let's make that money, right? Whether you're at work, at here, let's make that money. Guys, I'm excited to be here with you guys once again. Ashley had a good session with you guys last week, right? Which was a killer session. Hope you guys enjoyed. In the session, we're gonna switch things a little bit around, right? We've got the whole week, we've got today, we've got Thursday as well, right? We're gonna be switching things around. Good afternoon, connecting all the way from next door. Yeah, no, this is a good community. Right? I can tell you for a fact, Ashley is somewhere in the world. Ash is somewhere in the world. You're gonna see him popping in the chat, but it's somewhere in the world, right? He'll let us know where he is. All right, so guys, let's go forward. Yeah, no, Jason, as I told SMJ, we stick to the same script, right? USD CAD, we spoke about what it's gonna do. AUD USD, NZD USD, Euro USD, we spoke about what those are gonna do. And you guys should be smiling right now. All right, you should be smiling right now. All right, so ladies and gentlemen, just allow me to reintroduce myself. I go by the name of Tsepo. For some of you guys who have not seen me, don't know me, I'm with my brother, my colleague Ash, not in this session, but you guys will see him. And we are excited to be here with you guys. Without wasting time, let's jump straight into it, right? So just getting the formalities out of the way. Remember, if you want to open up an account with us, tdmarkets.com is the website. Have a look at some account types we have for you guys, right? When you click on our account types, we've got different accounts for you guys. For more information, please do send us an email to care@tdmarkets.com, right? Definitely for assistance, The contact details are on the chat, right? We also provide education, which is getting bigger and bigger and bigger because we're gonna be talking about something else in this session. But yeah, so we also have some education for you guys. Details are on the chat. All you need is an account. All right, all you need is an account. Aha. There we go. We're hoing it in one time. All right. In case you guys don't know what this is, I will be talking about this in this session. I want you guys to prepare, right? Like I said, we're going to be doing things differently this time. There's a lot to speak about. There's a lot that's happening, a lot we're going to speak about. All right. So we'll come back to this. I'm just going to loop this in as well, but there's a lot we're going to be talking about. Hope you guys are ready. Hope you guys are ready. Hope you guys are ready. Hope you guys are ready, right? We're going to be looping back to this as well. Hope you guys are ready. So guys, without wasting time, I think let me start with this. Right? Apex, I can see you there. Aaron, I can see you. Antoinette, I can see you. Definitely, right? I think let's start here, guys. Interesting things are happening. Interesting things are developing around the world, right? Just before I continue, we also have a Thursday trading room, right? So it's Tuesdays and Thursdays from 2 to 3, right? So let's start here. Interesting things are happening in the crypto space. Interesting things are happening. If you are watching the trade, the opening bell this morning, you will remember that I spoke about, just briefly touched on what is happening within the crypto space, right? A lot of things are developing. Now, what you see right here is what we call a liquidation heat map. Liquidation heat map, right? In simple terms, this is what tells us of the liquidation of positions, all right? I'm not going to get too deep into this, so just explain it from a basic point of view, right? So at the moment, guys, this map tells you and I how many positions have been liquidated, right? Have been closed, have been liquidated. And now, as of, in the past 24 hours, about 134 billion crypto positions have been closed. $134 billion crypto positions have been closed, all right? And out of that, 117, now listen to this, 117 billion of those positions are long positions. There's a twist now, right? The total is $133 billion. Out of that, $117 billion of long positions have been liquidated. There's a difference between closed and liquidated. Have been liquidated, all right? And then only close to $160 million of short positions have been liquidated. Now let's look at the scales here, right? Now, ever since the crash that happened a couple of weeks ago, and also October was a disappointing one because the seasonal movements of crypto during the October month did not play out as anticipated, right? Hence October. Seasonally, October is known for Uptober. Now we're in November. November is known for Movember now. These terms that just come up and down, just it's volatile out here. So November is known for Movember, right? Sentiment is that November things are going to start moving. Hey, we'll see. These are just seasonal movements, all right? Buzwani, just send us an email to care@tdmarkets.com. Buzwani, send an email to care@tdmarkets.com for the one-on-one, and then we'll chat some more on that, right? So now, what is happening is this, right? October was a disappointing month. The crash happened, and then there was a lot of manipulation. There's still a lot of manipulation in the market. We'll go through some, right? Some charts to see. But this liquidation map tells you and I of the positions that have been liquidated. Now, the market is going down. The crypto market is going down. Bitcoin is going down. Ethereum is going down. However, there's manipulation that's happening, right? Let me break it down. Hope you guys are with me. Don't get lost. I want you guys to be with me, all right? I'm going to open up this. No, not that. There we go. Now, a couple of things to have a look at here, guys, right? So we've got whales, crypto whales. A crypto whale is referred to an individual or an entity that is holding large amount of cryptocurrency, right? A whale is referred to an entity or an individual that is holding large amount of cryptocurrency that can potentially influence the price through their positions. So whenever they take long positions, because they are whales, those long positions can potentially affect the market, right? And also the short position. So those are whales. In simple terms, these guys, these entities can manipulate price. All right. Now, since the crash, obviously there's been a lot of outflows, inflows. There's been the crypto market cap has been fluctuating, right? Let me go to it quickly. The total crypto market cap. No, not that one. Let me just go back. Just give me 1 second. Let's look for the crypto market cap. There we go. Now, this is the crypto market cap, right? Over the last 30 days, let me just say a year, right? Now, it's been pushing towards the downside. Let me make it more recent. It's been pushing towards the downside, right? As a result of the funds that are rotating, as a result of also the liquidation, right, of these positions, mainly the long positions. So right now, there's a lot of short positions at the moment, according to the liquidation map, all right? So now, the market cap has been going up and down. There's been a lot of crypto inflows, outflows that are happening. And that's all because of these whales. These crypto whales are busy fighting. These cryptos are busy fighting, right? You've got a lot of, or the other half of the crypto whales holding long positions, and some are being liquidated. And then you've got another half that is holding short positions, of which some have been liquidated as well. But it seems like right now, there's a bunch that are still holding short positions because long positions have been closed. So what does that mean to you and I? It means right now there's downside. There is downside, right? Remember I mentioned manipulation in inverted commas, manipulation, right? Because this is what these whales do. Now the question that I have for you guys. Now, these are gems. These are gems. The question that I have for you guys, right? And I want us maybe to have a discussion because this is very important. It's going to take us back to It's going to take us to this. It's going to take us to this, right? The TDME, right? It's going to take us to this. And then maybe we're going to have just a conversation around this, right? But you're going to take it step by step. Now, just be with me. Now, the question is this, right? Do you guys remember a couple of sessions ago, I told you that you've got these companies, these corporates that are adopting cryptocurrency, right? Institutional interest. So these institutions continue to buy crypto and expanding their reserve, right? Mainly Bitcoin and Ethereum. You've got according to the top 100 corporate, institutions, Strategy remains number one, right? And then you've got Mara, you've got Bullish, and so forth and so on. So there are institutions that continue to buy crypto to expand their reserve, right? So they are buying. You've got BlackRock that continues to buy, right? They keep adding, they continue to buy, right? And then you've got all of these things. But now the market is going down. The market is going down. What is going on? What is going on? What is going on? All right. That is what I want us to have a look at because I'm of the opinion that it's pure manipulation. It's pure manipulation. If you have a look at your fear and greed index, right? Let me just do this here. The fear and greed index tells you and I of the market sentiment at the moment, right? There's a lot of fear at the moment in the market. So whenever this is tilted towards the greed side, meaning the green area, the greed side, then that means, the market is moving. But whenever it's on the fear side, some people are taking a step back, just trying to observe and trying to figure out what's happening, right? So that is what we see here, the fear and greed index, right? So there's a lot of fear. Now, this is because of what? The manipulation that we see. The manipulation that we see in the markets. All right. So I want us to talk about that. Let's start there, right? Because I've noticed that many of you guys, ever since we started talking about crypto, you guys have taken an interest in crypto, right? We've been looking at Bitcoin, Ethereum, Ripple. The market have been moving. So, you guys came back and said you are happy and all of that. You value this information, and then you want to learn, right? So this is going to lead us to where we're going to go just now. Just be with me, right? So now everyone is buying. Some long positions have been liquidated. We've got short positions. But now it seems like right now there's manipulation that's happening in the markets, right? I mean, there's a lot of indicators that we can talk about. You've got your crypto ETFs, right? At the moment, there is a bunch of outflows, what you call ETF outflows. And the majority of that is Bitcoin and Ethereum outflows, right? So in a nutshell, guys, funds are being rotated around, right? Apart from the liquidation of positions, funds are being rotated around. And this is just to manage. You see, now crypto is a different ball game, right? It's unlike the FX. It's an interesting, different ball game. It's like you've got Real Madrid, and then you've got what's this team in Africa? I don't know. Some team in Africa. You've got different leagues. You've got the Champions League. And then you've got the DStv Premiership. Hey, you can hear with the tone that, hey, there's different levels to this. All right, so crypto outflows, crypto inflows, right? So those are the things that we can look at, try to make sense of how it's going to impact the market, right? But back to my point. So it's different, right? So manipulation, right? So we're going to go through the charts and have a look at Bitcoin, what it's doing, where liquidity is, and so forth and so on. Because I can tell you this for a fact, right? This is just a cycle, a seasonal cycle that is happening in the crypto, right? I'm going to date back to, I think it was 2023. Let me quickly go to a chart, right? Let me quickly open up the Bitcoin chart and let's talk about that. In 2023, something similar to this happened. Was in 2024. Let me see. Yeah, it was in 2024, right? It was in 2024 where we had that. You see this period, right? Now this period, if you were to take a look at this chart, right, in hindsight, we can see that there was a correction. Price went up, and obviously we could have our own interpretation to say the market was bearish at some point, bullish at some point, so forth and so on. But there was a period where whatever is happening right now, it happened at the time, right? Remember, we mentioned a lot of things, positions being liquidated. Around this time, there were also the same thing. There was a period where long positions were liquidated. There was a lot of noise in the market, right? Some people believed, hey, look, the cryptos are turning, we're going down, Bitcoin is going down, and so forth and so on. But if you mix the fundamentals and the technicals together, you will notice that that might not be the case, right? That reversal that people are talking about might not be the case if you look at these two factors, right? But we'll touch on it in a moment. So we have the same thing that's happening here. We've got the same thing that's happening there again, right? And I mentioned manipulation because, look, I believe that you guys have been looking at the charts. You understand the fundamental principles of price movement and all of that. I believe you guys do that, understand that. If not, we've got the TD Markets Academy. We'll just show you these things, right? But you will notice that when price created these highs, right? In particular, the first one there, it never went down aggressively. Right? Look at how it's been going down in this formation. So some of you guys might say it's a range and so forth and so on. Okay, that's not a problem. But we can see basically how it's just been ranging, right? Now, this is where now, you see these whales, this is where they thrive, these whales. The other time we made a comparison between your retail trader and your institutional trader in terms of the crypto, right? In terms of crypto trading. And I told you that retail traders will look at such movements and want to sell, whereas institutions, right, they're waiting for a better rate. Keep that. We're going to pause on that a little bit. They're looking for a better rate. So now, let's loop back a little bit, guys, right? These whales that are holding short positions, and some of these long positions are being liquidated. So you've got these whales holding short positions. All they're doing is they are looking for a better rate, a better price. That's all they're doing. So now, obviously, when what I've just mentioned, when it happens, there's going to be a lot of noise, different sentiment, a lot of opinions and all of that. And some people are thinking, we're now in a bear market, right? Well, if we're in a bear market, it really doesn't make sense right now to be in a bear market. Really doesn't make sense, right? But we'll talk about that shortly. So these guys, right, they are manipulating so that they get a better price. So obviously those long positions have been liquidated, right? So now you've got a bunch of short positions that are still active. Now they are just looking for a better rate. They want you and I to believe that the market is shifting. It's shifting direction. It's going down. That's what they want you. And once we start believing that, then that's when now they're going to push price towards the upside. It's just a game, right? It's just a game of power at this point. Just a game of power. I mean, there's this one OG. They call it, they call it an OG whale, right? It's a whale that's known for his 100% track record. 100%. Now remember, a whale, they open large positions, not small one, large positions. So this whale with a 100% track record, right? OG whale. His orders or their orders, long positions, they opened long positions, they got liquidated. So at first they were in a profit and then their position got liquidated. It's fine, right? But it's just a small portion because they are whales, right? So now they opened shorts now. Now listen to this. They opened longs, it got liquidated. Now they opened shorts. So the question is, what do these people know that we don't know? What do these people know that we don't know? All right. So it's interesting what's happening right now. Looking at all of these indicators, looking at what's happening around the world, trying to make sense of how it impacts the markets. But what I can tell you right now, it's pure manipulation, right? So now, as we get to the nitty-gritties of things here, we're gonna talk about Bitcoin, which will then just open the doors for us, right, to what we're gonna discuss later on. So now, if we take a look at this from a weekly, daily time frame point of view, right? Now you will notice that we have this low here, this low, right? We can also add this low, right? At the moment, it's bearish at the moment, right? So there's a possibility now that these guys, right, these whales have their short positions opened so that price can come back to this region, right? Why am I picking this region? That is where liquidity is. That is potentially where liquidity is, right? Because from here, price aggressively shot up, right? It aggressively shot up. It reached that top where it struggled to push up that peak. And then it's been trying to come back down to the zone, but getting some knocks in between, right? So now I think now it's time for it to come back to this region. Not exactly this low, right? Not exactly this line, but basically this region here. This region, right? It might still go down all the way to this low, right? But I want you guys to think of in terms of region, that zone. So that is what they're trying to do now, right? They're trying to sell this, to open this, to manipulate, because they can do that. They are whales, so that price comes back down to this zone. And then you know what's going to happen here. And you guys will relate. Some of you guys will relate, right? You know what's going to happen here. Because technical analysis is subjective. We can look at the same chart, but come up with different ideas. That is how it is. It's subjective. I might look at the long on gold, but you see a short on gold. Subjective, right? It's all about perspective. So now you would have this, and then you would have this as your support. You would have this as your support, right? I'm just making an example to show you the shift in mindset and understanding overall what's happening so that you can properly capitalize on this. So now they want to push price back down here. And then when this happens, right, it's going to be something similar to what happened here, right? Just follow my cursor. You see what happened here? The market formed that low, went up, came back down, but instead of the market rejecting exactly on the zone, it broke it slightly. It broke it slightly and then shot aggressively up. This is not by chance. It is not by chance, right? Obviously, there is a pattern and so forth and so on, but it's not by chance. So now, you see the same thing is most likely to happen here again. The same thing where price is could easily go down, and they want to break this low on purpose. They want to break this low on purpose. And if you have that as a support, thinking it broke, it's going to turn into a resistance, you might be in a difficult position with that. Because from there, they're just grabbing liquidity. And then once that is done, then this is where those explosive movements start coming through. Explosive movements. You see how it is? So it's just pure manipulation. Just pure manipulation. Do you see how you don't... yeah. All right. Yeah. I wanted to say something, but I'm struggling to just put it properly, just phrase it properly, but I'll find a way. And that's all that's happening, guys. And I'm using Bitcoin because Bitcoin is the largest, right, crypto that we have, right? The number one, the largest crypto, followed by Ethereum, and the other ones are going to follow. So obviously, Bitcoin will lead the pack, and then others, if they follow, they want to follow. You also have your altcoins, which has its own index, altcoin season index, that's telling us whether it's now time or the altcoin season is upon us, or is it still the Bitcoin season? And at the moment, let me show you guys the altcoin season index. Maybe let me show you the altcoin season index. There we go. Now you see where it is right now. It's here, right? 26. So that basically means that we are not in a, about 20. There's about 26 out of the 100. There's about 26 best performing altcoins against Bitcoin at the moment. About 26. Now this has been here for a couple of months, right? Now once this index is there, then it means it is still the Bitcoin season. You see how it's written Bitcoin season here, and look at where this knob is, right? It's on within that area basically. So if this shifts to the right hand side, then it's gonna enter this altcoin season. So we're far from it. So which means this is still the Bitcoin season, but now people are buying, but it's still going down. What's happening? It's manipulation. It's pure manipulation. It's pure manipulation. Guys, let me just pause here quickly. Right? Let me just pause here quickly. Are you guys with me? Are you guys hearing what I'm saying? Are you guys with me? Right? Maybe put the fire emoji on the chat. Are you guys getting this? Is everyone getting this? Put a fire emoji on the chat. Right? I'm just going to give you guys about 10 seconds. Let's go. That is disappointing. All right, maybe there's a lag. Okay, let's see. Or what? We are still overwhelmed. We are getting there. Don't worry, we'll get there. Don't worry. We shall get there. I'm getting worried now. I'm getting worried. All right. Anyway. So yeah, guys. So I think, right. So this is what's happening right now. Right. This is what's happening right now. Once we are done, once what's happening is done, then we are likely gonna see that explosive move on the cryptos, right? Gonna see the explosive move on the cryptos. So this will then lead us to this, boom, right? This. Now, I saw on the chat that someone wants to have a one-on-one with me, Buzwane. Yeah, Buzwane, one-on-one. All right. So this is gonna lead us to this, right? Obviously, you guys might have seen on our social media pages that, hey, boom, we've got the TDME. What is that? What is TDME? Well, it's our exchange, right? Now, obviously, we are preparing now. We are preparing for that explosive move on the crypto, right? That explosive move on that bull run on the crypto. We are preparing for that. Remember what I said, going back to the chart, that there was a time where there was fear in the market. During this time, there was a lot of fear and uncertainty, especially from people who were looking at Bitcoin, trading Bitcoin, but there was fear and uncertainty in the market. And then after that, boom, look what happened. Price rallied extremely towards the upside, right? So we knew that the bull run is coming, right? Why? Because we are merging these two together. We are merging what's happening around the world and the price action together. So we are preparing for the same move that's coming up, So once this manipulation is done and dusted, we are preparing for this. We are going for this. And we're not stopping now. We are not stopping. So it might take a bit of time. We're not stopping. So as we're preparing for that, then this is where now we can transact this, right? We can transact this in our exchange, right? In our TDME, in our exchange. There we go. This is how it looks like. All you gotta do is to just head over to tdmarkets.io, right? tdmarkets.io. This is where you can not only trade crypto, not only transact in crypto, but there's a lot that's happening here. You guys will see a lot of this, obviously, right? But there's a lot that's happening. So that's tdmarkets.io. Have a look at that. Go through that. If you guys want more information, send us an email to care@tdmarkets.com. But this should easily take you to this. Boom. Right? Should easily take you to this. Boom. This is our TD Markets exchange, right? Where now we have all of these cryptos now. We've got all of these cryptos. Look at on your right hand side, right? You've got all of these cryptos that you can exchange. Not exchange, but transact and trade. All right. Look at that. So this is gonna lead us to this, right? We are preparing for that bull run. So we are then here now, where everything you need is here. Obviously, you guys will see, on our social media and all of that, but you're gonna have education now, right? Education. We're working on the education. What we have is the TD Markets Academy that covers the FX. So now we're gonna fully cover the crypto. So if you guys wanna learn more about what I've just spoke about, you see, I've shown you guys a couple of things. I've shown you guys a lot of things, right? If you guys wanna fully learn on those things, then this is where you're gonna get it. This is where you're gonna get it now, right? So that's tdmarkets.io. It's on the chat at the moment. tdmarkets.io, and we are preparing for that bull run, right? Don't get left behind. Don't get left behind. All right. So let's see. Where are we? Let me look at the chat right now. Great stuff. So we've covered the crypto, right? We've covered the crypto. You guys have an idea of what's happening in crypto. Don't get trapped in the noise. Right? You watch the news, you watch Bloomberg, this and that. You're gonna hear different opinions, you're gonna hear a lot of things, right? Don't get trapped. Just understand that right now there's a battle of these whales that's happening, right? There's pure manipulation that's happening. Pure manipulation. I mean, the technicals and not the technicals, and the fundamentals are pointing towards the upside. But why is this happening? Remember my words. It's pure manipulation, right? On that note, ladies and gentlemen, this is just what's coming. This is what's coming, right? Keep an eye on that. subscribe to everything we have. This is what's coming, right? So just be on the lookout for that. Now, going to the FX. Going to the FX, right? Where must we start? Where should we start? Right? Where should we start? Talk to me. FX, where should we start? I mean, let's start here, right? We follow the same script. Remember what we said about the dollar. Most of you guys are smiling right now. You are happy because the dollar is moving as forecasted, right? I know, Jules, you mentioned SMJ. You also mentioned GBP USD, USD JPY, USD CAD, NZD USD, Euro USD. Definitely, you guys, you should be happy right now. And I saw USD JPY somewhere. It was from... I saw it somewhere from Apex, USD JPY. Thank you. Look, this is how we roll. This is how we do it. But thank you. I mean, there's a lot of opportunity, guys. There's a lot of opportunity. On the last session, I told you guys with what's happening around the world, it's a lot more simpler for you now to dabble into these things now, right? It's a lot more because of what's happening around the world, because one can easily understand and interpret what's happening around the world. So yeah, it's simpler now. 2026, you can imagine how 2026 it's gonna be, and it could be for you guys, right? You can just imagine. So let's see. I saw USD JPY. Maybe let's start there, but we stick into the same script. All right. The dollar is still strong. The government shutdown, the US government shutdown might come to an end. There's rumors it might, or either it has ended or might come to an end, right? So we need to keep that in mind. So let's go to USD JPY, right? Sticking to the same script. USD JPY is still bullish, all right? And what we're focusing on is this structure now. This is the structure we're focusing on, all right? Now, depending on what you want to look at, the time frames doesn't matter, right? Depending on whether you want to look at your corrections, take advantage of the corrections, or continue the whole trend, depending on what you want to do there. But the structure we see right now is a lot more bullish than it is bearish, right? Which means price could easily visit this area. Right? Because it is bullish. Why this area? Because that's where the previous high was, right? We also have this high there, but obviously that one is above this one. So we're just going to have a look at this one. So we've got a couple of things on USD JPY from a daily time frame. We are trading within this zone. The trend is now bullish, all right? So we could easily visit that top, right? Now, at the moment, there's a correction that's forming. Let me do this. There's a correction that's forming, right? Price continues to break structure towards the upside, right? And then we are creating a new structure now, which is this higher high there, right? Basically meaning that we're still in a good uptrend. So at the moment, USD JPY is trading within a correction. The dominant move is towards the upside. At the moment, there's a correction, all right? Now, like I said in the beginning, depending on whether you're someone that likes to take advantage of corrections or you are waiting for the trend to resume, there's opportunity, all right? There's opportunity. So we're in a correction right now, and this correction can easily do this. Let me go to the daily. This correction can easily come back to this area, right? There's nothing particular or nothing significant or important about this zone. I'm just looking at the 50% retracement. So once price comes back here, it would have retraced about close to 50%, right, of the impulse. That's what I'm looking at. So we could easily see price coming back maybe to tap this zone. We'll see how far it goes within the zone. But once that is done, as long as the trend doesn't change, we're likely gonna get a continuation towards the upside. It's all about following the trend. Following the trend. Remember, this can easily take us all the way back to that zone. Easily take us all the way back to that zone. So let's see what's gonna happen. It is a pretty good setup. As long as price is broken above what people might see as a neckline here, right? What maybe you might see as a neckline here, we could easily come back down to the zone for some orders, accumulation of orders, and then continue the push towards the upside. But the dominant move at the moment that we see, at least on this time frame, is bullish. The current structure is bullish, right? So USD JPY, sticking to the same script, all right? This will be the same with your GBP USD and all of that, right? So yeah, so just keep an eye on that. And then we've got GBP JPY. I've cleaned my charts just to redo the analysis with you guys, right? I mean, it's a beginning of a new week. So yeah. So what do we have here? Now, this one, I mean, when we spoke about this one, we spoke about two possibilities on GBP JPY, that looking at the BOE, Bank of England monetary policy, comparing it with a Bank of or rather the US Fed monetary policy, and also putting in the Bank of Japan monetary policy, you'll notice that downside on GBP on our JPY was there. Downside on JPY was there, right? I mentioned this in our advanced education sessions that we might get some downside. However, with GBP JPY, there was a pattern that contradicted this scenario. All right, so we were prepared for these two possibilities. Now, this is what happened. So obviously, price broke this structure. Price broke the structure here, right? Formed a new structure towards the upside, and then we were like, okay, so this can create a pattern, which it seemed like it did, and price initially rallied towards the upside, right? This was the pattern here. So price rallied towards the upside, which we were like, okay, it seems like the pattern is gonna play out, right? But now we are going down now. So now we're gonna go back to that thought process, right? To say, because of the BOE monetary policy compared to the BOJ as well as the US Fed, there's a lot of downside on the pound. The pound is likely gonna take a knock, right? It's likely gonna take a knock because you're looking at the US Fed who are hawkish. You're looking at the BOJ who are trying to hike their interest rates, and then you've got the BOE, right? That's a little bit in between now, right? So as a result, we may see some downside before it eventually picks up at some point. So we want to focus on some downside, right? So what we see right now is this pattern seems like is getting invalidated, and now we are looking at price potentially coming back down to this low, right? Potentially coming back down to this low, provided that we break below this zone, right? I mean, we can, it's not about the specific line, but instead like the zone. We've got this zone here, right? You see how this was a resistance, broke, now expected to become a support. Now, if this breaks towards the downside, then there's a potential for this to come back down to this zone. There's a potential for this to come back down to this zone. So we just need to keep an eye on this. But now remember, we still have this formation. We still have this formation at the same time. So this one is giving us these two possibilities. It's unlike GBP USD where it was one possibility. This one is giving us two possibilities, which we need to just be patient with it, right? Let it unfold, let it form, let's see what it's gonna do. It's giving us two possibilities. So we need to keep an eye on this. Maybe let's wait for the daily candle to close. This is the current daily candle, right? Maybe let's wait for this daily candle to close. Tomorrow's daily candle to also close to see what's gonna happen. On Thursday, we'll come back and talk about this on Thursday, right? Because of these two possibilities, We'll come back and talk about this on Thursday. So let's see what's going to happen. All right, just give it a bit of time, let it unfold, but it could potentially break this and come back down here. All right. Yeah, so let's just give it a bit of time. Let's wait for it to tell us what it's going to do. And then you've got gold, right? You've got gold. That is also, let me open up gold. No, not this one. That is gold, euro. We're looking for gold, dollar. Right, there we go. Now we've got gold, dollar, right? Gold, dollar is still in an extremely bullish market, right? We've got a bullish market. We've got a dip within a bullish market, meaning a retracement correction within a bullish market, right? So now also it depends on whether you are a trader that takes advantage of corrections for short-term gains, or you're looking to trade the trend, right? So now if you're looking to trade this trend, right? Obviously you wouldn't focus on this. You can, but you would wait for momentum to pick up, right? So as it is right now, we still have this higher high that formed. We've got this higher high that formed. At the moment, gold is trading within the correction. And now the question is, how long is this correction gonna take? Right? That is the question. So I'm gonna show you guys a couple of levels so that you can create the trading ideas out of that, right? So we have come back to the zone. Right? We are bouncing from this zone. This is the previous low. We can see you're bouncing from this zone. Look at this aggressive spike towards the downside on the daily time frame. And then we've managed to pick up, right, towards the upside. But now, at the moment, we don't have significant or that concrete, or let me say proper price action to say that we have resumed towards the upside. So a couple of things can happen here. We have this low that is still there, right? And then now we have, I'm just gonna put this here. This is what's happening. So on a short-term basis, right? This is what we may see happen. While we're waiting for price just to continue pushing up, on a short-term basis, we may see gold peaking towards the upside, right? Going back to this channel. Let me remove this actually, right? So on a short-term basis, we could see gold doing this, right? You see this channel here. There we go. We could see gold breaking out of this, and giving us a short-term push back to that top for now, and then we'll come back and discuss what could happen, because it is trading within this, which could be a bigger correction, but at the same time, you also have this as well. Right? So now it seems like this is the inner correction that is trying to complete the bigger correction. The bigger correction could be this, but now this inner one is trying to complete the bigger one before anything happens, right? I want us to talk about it price action by price action. So short term, before we get that push, the market is trading within this structure, right? And then from these lows, this is where we see at least price starting to pick up from these lows there. Because according to the structure, you will notice price coming back to these lows before it picks up, right? So this is what we are watching out for. We're going to take it price action by price action. So you still have this. Right? You still have this, which now you've got that resistance there, right? Let me just, so if we put it something like this, projecting that it's coming back down to this low, right? It's coming back down to this low. We could easily go back to that high first, right? So something like this, coming back down to this low, finding support, finding a low, and going back to that high. And then we'll come back and talk about what gold could do once it reaches that high, right? At least with what we see right now, taking it price action by price action, price action by price action. One more push is expected before we make that move towards the upside there. All right. So gold, this is how it's looking at the moment, right? This is on the 1 hour time frame. I'm currently on the 1 hour time frame at the moment. 1 hour time frame. So on Thursday, we'll come back to gold on Thursday, right? I think it's a good setup. It's a good setup. We could see it going back to these highs again. Pushing back to those highs again. All right. So yeah. So I believe it was, okay. Sir or ma'am, there we go. There is your gold. There's your gold. And then you've got GBP AUD, which, it aggressively dropped. This is what I spoke about the BOE policy compared to the BOJ, compared to the US Fed. The BOE, its policy compared to these other ones is as a result of those push on GBP towards the downside. All right. So now, the last time we spoke about this, we were anticipating price to make its push towards the upside, but then we got one more push towards the downside, right? So I'm going to take it price action by price action, piece by piece, right? I'm not going to do any hectic stuff on this one. We've got this zone that's broken, right? We've got this zone that's broken. Let me just shade it and make it a zone instead of a line. We've got this zone that's broken, okay? Now, from a short-term point of view, we are looking at a retest of this zone. At the retest, short-term point of view, right? You will notice that also, if I go to the weekly time frame, or let me stick to the daily time frame. If you go to the daily time frame, you will notice that we've got a couple of areas which could be a barrier to price, right? Moving towards the downside. So we've got this zone here. We've got this zone here, right? You can see we've got some previous structure, this zone. So now, it's likely going to become a break and retest. So the market broke this, went down in an impulse. So according to the behavior of price, when it breaks something, most of the time, it goes back for a retest. You guys know this, right? So short-term, point of view, we could see GBP AUD pushing back to retest that. And this could be an opportunity, just a short-term opportunity, right, to retest that. And then we'll just wait for this picture to unfold. So let me go to the 4 hours. So this is how it's looking at the moment, right? It seems like it's trying to go back for a retest. Now, a couple of things here. Right? We could see something like this and going back there. We could see something like this. I mean, we don't know how price is going to move in future. We can just look at how price has done in the past. We could just not come up with, but look for possibilities of how price could move using the behavior of price, right? So I'm talking about the retest. So we could see price going back down and going up for the retest, or this could be the retest. This could be the retest before we go down, all right? So we're looking for that retest, and then this could be an opportunity. The retest could be an opportunity there before eventually we go down or we break towards the upside. So I would focus on this retest. Right? Let me go to the 1 hour. Let me do this. I would focus on this retest. Right, there we go. This is where we are right now. All right, so we've rejected this area. We've rejected that area. Obviously, we've been creating a bullish structure. We've broken this structure towards the upside, right? And the liquidity, let me stop saying that. I mean, the market formed the low here. The market formed the low here, price went up. So there's something about this area. Right? So now moving forward, we could potentially see price coming back down to this low, tapping this low one more time before we eventually do this. And this is all part of a correction that's taking place, at least from a shorter time frame. This is all a part of a correction taking place. You see how it is. So yeah, so looking, going with the with the mindset of, or with the view of prices going back for a retest, we could potentially see the market coming back down here and going up. But it doesn't matter whether the market will first do this or do that, but this is going to be an opportunity. All right. So yeah, so I hope I did not make it too complex. Hey, sometimes, I tend just to go all in. Sometimes I tend to go all in and I forget just to come down a little bit. So yeah, so I hope I did not complicate this even further. Yeah. So GBP AUD, yeah, this is but the retest is what we need. The retest is what we need. Right? This is what we need. We are slowly running out of time, guys. In terms of Euro USD, nothing has changed on Euro USD. All right? Nothing has changed. We're sticking to the same script. It's coming back down here. All right? Please check last week's or the analysis that I did on Euro USD, right? So it's coming back down to this low. So this one, nothing has changed. Nothing has changed, right? It has fallen. It's coming back down here. All right. I just want to go to NASDAQ quickly because it's been a while since we spoke about that. So NAS, yeah. So NAS also, it's in a very bullish structure. All right. What I would do on this one, I would stick to the dominant move, which is towards the upside. I would stick to the dominant move, right? Towards the upside. Stick to the dominant move towards the upside. That's what I would do, right? Because we can see how price has been moving. So now what could potentially happen here is price closing that gap. You see there's a gap, closing that gap, but we need a higher low. That's all we're looking for. So there's a correction at the moment. We need a higher low so we can continue the trend. We just needed a higher low. So where could the higher low form? Right? We're gonna just have a look at the zone where it could form. There we go. We're gonna have a look at the zone where it could form. So we've got this gap. So I'm looking at this zone. We are combining the gap together with the possible retest of the structure. Right? So if we can get both of them, then it's gonna be a good setup where price comes back down, closes the gap, retests this previous resistance becoming support. It could be a good one. So this is where we could get the continuation towards the upside. All we need is a higher low. So that higher low, we're looking at this zone to get that higher low. We're looking at this zone to get the higher low. All right. That's all we're looking for. So that is how NASDAQ is looking, right? It's going to be similar to UK 100 as well. It's in a very bullish, you see, it almost looks like, NAS 100. It's very bullish. And to make it very simple, right? The structure is bullish. Depending on whether you like to trade the trend, the dominant trend, or you want to trade the retracement, I would wait for the dominant trend to resume trading towards the upside, right? And stick with the dominant trend. So same thing, we are looking for a higher low. Your setups will show you where the higher low is, right? We'll show you where the higher low is. We're looking for the higher low, and then we know we're going to go up on that. So the higher low could be potentially somewhere here, looking at this area, right? Basically combining this structure with this structure to create a zone. It could be somewhere here before we go up. It's all about keeping a very close eye on this zone. All right. So UK 100 also looks similar to gold. Not gold, but NASDAQ. But this is bullish. This is going to continue pushing up. All right. That's UK 100. NASDAQ is going to continue pushing up as well. Just a matter of time. All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, all right, this is the trading room on a Tuesday afternoon. All right. Hope you guys enjoyed. I just gave you guys gems and gems and gems. Hope you guys are enjoying the gems. But remember what I said, we are preparing for that bullish run. All right. To make things very simple for yourself, have a look at tdmarketsacademy.io. It is on the chat, tdmarketsacademy.io. This is our crypto exchange, the TD Markets exchange, where you will find this, right? This is where now we trade crypto in an exchange, right? Our exchange. So get yourself sorted. We're going to have classes very soon on crypto, focusing on crypto, the exchange, very soon. But make sure you get yourself sorted, right? Register, sign up there, and then it will take you to this, and then we'll chat. All right, we'll chat. And yeah, I think it was a good one, guys. It was a good one. Hope you guys enjoyed, and let's chat again on Thursday. Pino, see you in our classes, advanced classes taking place in a couple of minutes, right? In a few. All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, it's been a good one. I enjoyed myself. Thank you so much for joining us. A lot of people joined. We've reached about 42, I think, 16 likes. Thank you so much. Let us come back again on Thursday, same time, same place. Right. Have a good one, guys. Cheers and enjoy.